Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Hess Hogs 4. Today, Hog 3 and Hog 4, Ava and Reese are going to give me a hand. Girls, can you say hi?
Hi.
Girls, what are we going to make today?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings. I wish we were doing chicken wings. No, today we're going to do beef ribs. And if you come up closer, this is a beef rib that I picked up from Snake River Farms. It's about 7.5 pounds, 3 bones in there. And it's just, it's a great looking piece of meat. And there's not a lot of trim work we're gonna do when we're getting this thing ready for the smoker. We're gonna use Blues Hog lump charcoal, as always. We're gonna use Blues Hog pecan wood, as always, for the smoke flavor. And girls, we wanna keep this as simple as possible. I'm not interested in really taking any of the fat off. I want that fat to render down. If we were doing pork ribs, I'd want to worry about the silver vein on beef ribs. I do not, so I'm going to leave that alone. And we're just going to do a couple steps. We're going to put something on it like a binder, and you can use hot sauce, mustard, whatever you choose. I like to use my fat. So all we're going to do, Reese, we're just going to spray it. And this is just going to help the rub bind to it. Let's see. Almost dropped it there, girls. So after we let that sit on there for a second, we're going to use our rub, and the rub we're going to use today, and the rub I've really come to appreciate, it's from Pits and Grills, and it's T-Bone's Big Bold Beef Rub, and I've used this.
Good,
It does smell good, doesn't it? What do you think, Ava?
Smells
Does it smell good?
delicious.
Yeah, you guys were trying to brush your teeth with it earlier. I had to stop them. But anyways, if you haven't had a chance to stop in Pits and Grills in Springfield, you need to. This rub is outstanding. And all we're going to do, girls, we're just going to put the rub on.
I'm putting a whole bunch of sprinkles.
A whole bunch of sprinkles. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. These are really good sprinkles, right?
They're delicious.
They are delicious sprinkles. You're right.
But they are really not sprinkles.
Yeah, you wouldn't put this on ice cream, I wouldn't think.
No.
I mean, you could. It might taste a little funny if we did. And we want to put some sprinkles, if you will, or some of the rub here on the backside as well.
That smells like barbecue.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just smells like
That's
barbecue.
what's so good about it. And then we'll just finish off that side. And you really can't have too much on here, guys. And we want to keep the rubs as simple as possible. You're not really looking for a whole lot of sweet when you're doing beef, especially beef ribs, salt, pepper, and just a couple other components, and you are good to go. So we've got the rub on it. We've got the smoker getting up to temp. The temp I'm going to use is about 285 degrees. We do it a little bit hotter.
It kind of looks like a flat rainbow.
Okay, it does. You're right, sweetie. We'll put it on there, and it'll probably take about 3.5, 4 hours of just taking the smoke, and we'll see where it's at just to get it good and tender. Anything else, girls, you want to tell everyone?
No.
No? Okay, well, thanks for watching. We'll see you in a little bit. Now the fun part, everybody. Our smoker's up to temp. It's right at 285 degrees, like I said, inside. Has the Blues Hog lump charcoal, Blues Hog pecan. They got a lot of different woods you can use. I just happen to like pecan on the beef. And what we're going to do is you can come closer is we're just going to let this sit in the smoke bath for about 3 hours. We're going to check the temp right at probably every 30 minutes just to make sure our fire is remaining consistent and that the smoke flow is good. And then after 3 hours, we'll probe it and see where we're at. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're just over 4.5 hours into our cook with the beef ribs, and they're stalling at about 175 degrees. They've been that way for just about 45 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap them and just kind of help accelerate so they get tender. So we're going to go ahead and never mind the chicken wings. We're going to take the rack off, and it looks pretty doggone good, if I'm being honest. And we're using double foil. We're going to close that up, and we're going to wrap it. We're not going to do anything special with it, just wrap it. We're going to give it probably right at an hour with it being wrapped. It'll just help get it to tender. We got it wrapped. We're going to put it back on. We're going to check in an hour, and if we're looking for a temperature, we're looking for about 200 degrees, but really we're just hoping when we put the probe in there that just goes on like butter. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we've had it wrapped for about 45 minutes, and what we were doing whenever we wrapped the beef ribs is we were wanting to get them tender. They were going through what you call a stall period, And right now, we're looking for a couple things. We're looking for it to go in pretty easily. You hear people talk about it goes on like butter, and that's what it's doing. But the second thing we're looking for is when it goes in is it's like a temperature of about 200, 205 degrees. It's temping just at that. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it off. We're going to let it rest for about 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to cut into it. See you guys in a minute. Thanks for watching. Okay, everyone, we've let the ribs rest for right at an hour. And just to kind of recap, we seasoned our ribs from Snake River Farms T-Bones Big Bold Beef Rub. We used duck fat to spray for the binder. We kept the temp right at about 285 degrees. We used Blues Hog lump charcoal with Blues Hog pecan wood. It took about 4.5 hours of smoke on here until it got to the temp of about 175 degrees. We wrapped them, took about another hour while they were wrapped to get to right at 200, it was about 203 degrees whenever I pulled it. We brought it inside, we let them rest, and now the fun part, we're going to go ahead and dive right into them. So if you want to come up a little bit closer, you can look and see how the meat kind of pulled back and the fat has rendered. And let's go ahead and just cut into one of these. We're going to dive right in. And you take a look at that. I would say that is a success. It's got a nice smoke ring. This is Wagyu beef, and it rendered really nicely. So I'd say this is a success. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you get a chance, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you got any comments or best practices, please make sure you post them. Thanks for watching.